Hello everyone, Auvbri here and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. Today we are building the fishing village. Now this is a build that I've worked on for a couple of days now on stream. So if you didn't know, I've moved my streaming to Twitch TV/Auvbri, where I'm currently doing all my streaming instead of here on YouTube. So follow that link in the description down below if you want to get in on my streaming and the live streams that I do in The Sims and you know, in games other than The Sims as well. But this build is a build that I've been working on for quite a while now, in several streams and by myself. And yeah, I think it turned out really cool. So I wanted to get this idea out before anybody else did it. So I created this small little fishing village, which I thought was a really cool idea. I haven't seen it done in The Sims 4 yet, especially not in the new island living pack. So I really wanted to get this out there while it was still a fresh idea. So that's what we did here. So I started off doing all these little platforms, and it might look a bit weird right now, but I had all these little platforms where we're gonna create all of these smaller hut areas. These huts are going to be housing different stuff. So we have different huts. We have like 2 sleeping huts. There's like a bathroom hut, and there's like a hut where there's bubble blowing. There's like a trinket hut, and we have a fish market going on as well. So we have a lot of different stuff going on in this build, but I really wanted to keep it diverse and still keep, like, you know, the fishing village aspect of it. So we have all of these fishing items hanging on the sides of the hut, and we have the fish market that we're currently working on right now, which I thought was also a really cool idea, where we have like these fish stalls, where you can, you know, sell fish, buy fish. There's like a little tiki hut area, bar area, where you can sit down and have like a drink if that's what you want to do. So I really tried to keep this lot very diverse and very yeah, very just like chuck everything in that I thought would make sense in this fishing village aspect. So that's what we did. And I'm currently working on the roof pieces here for the hut area. All the huts kind of have the same general design. Some of them are a bit like lighter in color, whereas some of them are a bit darker. I wanted things to look the same but different, so it wasn't just like a copy-paste thing that was happening, but like a, you know, like each hut was kind of unique but had the same features to them. So yeah, I honestly can't remember which part in the beginning here that I actually live streamed. I think I didn't live stream this part maybe, but as soon as we start building upon the huts outside, I think that's when I live streamed the first time around on Twitch, and it was really fun. I had a lot of fun live streaming this, and also you guys can come with inputs and you know, if you have ideas and stuff like that, that's really helpful as well. You know what? I might be live streaming this part as well. Thinking about it now. Okay. Well, I have a memory like a goldfish sometimes. So, yeah. Sometimes memory fails me, guys. But you know. Like who haven't experienced that. But we're still working on the hut areas. So I knew I wanted the huts to be raised up further than what the decking area was in between the huts. So every single one of the huts except for the tiki hut, let's call it like the barbecue tiki hut area, is raised up, because that hut that we're currently working on right now actually is like a little chill relaxation area where you can just, you know, go in, have a barbecue, sit down, chill. And again, this lot type is actually still a a like household lot, so it's not a public lot. So you can turn it into a public lot if you want to, but it is for a household, like a livable one at the moment when I did this. But you can definitely switch it up and turn it into like a household or like a public lot or whatever. It's totally up to you. You can do whatever the frick you want with the lot. I honestly don't care. I'm just here to create for your amusement. So yeah, we're working on, I'm definitely live streaming this part on Twitch here because I remember this part, and I started putting in these shelving units as kind of like these supporters for the different huts and the fish market as well. I don't know why. It's just in my head they look like, I mean, they look like shelving units, of course, but they also look kind of like these old school, what do you call it? Like these old school ladder things, which I thought was really cool. Also, I've played a lot of RPGs that like is inspired by medieval times, so that was also something that I was like, okay. It kind of looks like these support pillar things that would go from the water and up to kind of like support the hut, because they are only on these stilts, and you know that might be, you know, rotting away slowly in the water when it's like really old and stuff. So I thought that was a really cool idea as well, to kind of use them as these support pillars. Also, it just brings another level of detailing, which I really do appreciate. So we have them all over the place on the different huts and on the fish market as well. And I'm like a weird builder. I'm all over the place when I'm building. So if I get an idea, I just have to execute it right away. Otherwise, it's just yeah, it's weird. I can't concentrate until I get that thing done. And I had some problems with the boats here. I know some other sim builders as well have had problems, especially like Simproof have had problems with one of her builds, that when you place down these boats, the game crashes or the game like does weird stuff. I had a bit of a problem here where the boats kept floating in air, which was really weird, so I had to like drag them down myself. I mean, it was like my game still worked fine. I mean, there was like nothing really happening at all, but it was just, I was so freaked out that all of my progress would get lost, because again, I'm so bad at saving my games. Like really, I'm horrible at it. I always forget to save when I've been building for a very long time. So that's also what happened with my previous build, the deserted castle, was that I was working on that build while there was a thunderstorm here in Denmark where I live, and I hadn't like saved for like 3 hours, and the thunder turned off the freaking power in my building, in my apartment. So everything that I'd worked on was lost, and that's why it took some extra time for me to get that build out, because I was kind of overbuilding on it at that moment, because I was nearly done when the power cut off. So I am trying to get better at saving my games, but it is like, it's like a habit, you know. It's something you have to work on, which is not great for me, but you know, I'm still working on it. I have gotten better, and especially on live streams, people are very good at reminding me to save the game, which I really do appreciate. So thank you so much for that, guys. Thank you for that. But yeah, we're working on the fish market area here. Again, I'm a little all over the place when I'm building. Again, because I get an idea, I see an item like that, I have to use that item or something like that, and I'm just like all over the place. But we're at the fish market here. I was trying to use these canopy trellis things around the place, and yeah, it just didn't work for me. I really didn't like the way that they looked. I don't know, there's something about that tree texture that really rubs me the wrong way. So I decided not to use them at all, and we moved over to kind of use these canopies instead. So this one and the one that came with the toddler stuff pack, I believe. You know, just to tie everything together. Also, I mean, we have like a style going on here, so I wanted to keep that style. So we do use a lot of items, mainly from the Island Living stuff pack or expansion pack, but I do mix in some debug items here and there, and some, you know, some from other packs as well, and base game and stuff like that. But I mostly, honestly, use the items from the Island Living expansion. So yeah, I was like, I can remember we were looking through debug mode here for some different stuff, and oh yeah, I was looking for fish, and I was looking for shelving units as well, and then we started decorating the sides of the builds here when somebody told me, Brunetti told me on a chat in the live stream that, hey, we could use this or something like that. So we found these fish, which was not the right ones. I knew there were some other types of fish that we could use, but I, for the life of me, could not remember where they were. So all the fish that you see me place here is gonna be deleted. I know that you guys really appreciate when I show off everything that I do, and like little mistakes and stuff like that. So this is again one of the mistakes. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's just like we don't want to have those plaques, wooden plank things behind the fish, because that looks very weird. So I found last night, actually, when I was live streaming the last bit of this, I found a debug fish, and then we found another one, and then oh, it's because Brunetti, one of my lovely supporters, she said that we should put in like a fishing spot, so your sim could fish from that area, which I thought was a really cool idea. So we went into debug mode, I found the fishing spot, and then I saw all of these little delicious nice fishies, and yeah, everything just came together. So we created another stall, and I deleted those fish that we just put in, and created some stalls with the new fish that were like on a wooden plank. So that was really cool. We just worked on the deck area for the fish market, where I kind of imagined that, you know, the sailing boats would come in to you know, load off their fish for the market and stuff like that. So I thought that was a cool idea. Also, I'm like working on the huts and the water in between the huts at the same time here. So I wanted to decorate all the huts so they kind of look like fishing huts. So we put all of these fishing nets up that came with the cats and dogs expansion pack, which just fits perfectly here. So we put those in. I wanted to have some detailing on the huts as well, so you could kind of see what the different huts were. So for example, the trinket hut, we have a lot of like decorative items on the hut itself, whereas some of like the living area huts doesn't have that many decorations, and the bubble blowing hut has kind of like a more chill vibe. And then of course the barbecue pit area here is totally chill, so that's almost all open area with big windows, big open windows and stuff like that. So I tried to make the huts feel like they had some sort of unity, but still make them feel different and independent, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, so we're working on these torches right here, which I just wanted to bring some, you know, more island-y things to the place, and these torches was a really great touch. Over here we have like a little shack area, so I thought, let's just put in some, you know, some seating area so people can sit down. Again, this is still a household lot, so it's not a public area, but you can definitely turn it into like a public area, like for example a park or whatever. That would work totally fine. I put these huge bonfires on the beach as well because I thought that was a cool idea. And then we started decorating with the trees and stuff, and this is where I really can see every single time I do this, when I start putting in plants around the place and stuff like that, that's when I can really start to see that the build is coming together. So we started putting in palm trees, putting in the fishing signs here, and this is where I found the fish, which was just freaking great. So we put in tons of fish in the water, as well as I created another new little area to sell fish. So we just chucked a bunch of different types of fish on the tables here and on the other side as well, so you just kind of have two different areas where you could sell fish. I thought that was a cool idea. And yeah, the last thing we're gonna do in this build is actually decorate the surrounding areas between the huts in the water, and then we're gonna do the huts themselves, which didn't actually take that long because they're very small huts, but I'm just chucking tons of fish into the water here. They should be moving around when you are in live mode. I haven't actually tested it out, but apparently they should, so hopefully. Otherwise it's just like a nice little feature. They can see there's fish down there. And again, working on some decorations, some, you know, greenery for the front here. And then I found these new rocks that I didn't know existed from Strangerville. I thought they looked really cool from the debug mode as well. And this is where I start building on the huts. So we have like this little trinket hut area here in the front, and that's also the hut area with the most decorations on the outside as well, because I thought, you know, if there's ever a place that needs a lot of decoration, it's a hut with lots of trinkets inside. So I decorated that to my heart's content. Started putting in some algae clumps around the place, but I didn't want to have too many of them. Also, this is still seawater, so it wouldn't really make sense if there was like too much of this, but I put it in places where I could kind of see that there wouldn't be that much water activity, just, you know, to keep some sort of realism. At this point here, I was searching the web to see if palm trees could actually grow out of the water, and there are certain palm trees that can. So I decided to take some creative liberties and actually put 2 palm trees into the water, just, you know, to give some greenery to the rest of the build as well, so it wouldn't look so drab. We need some greeneries, guys. And again, this is the trinket hut. I just chucked stuff in here that I thought would look cool. So we have trinkets, we have like decorative items and stuff like that. Not that you can buy any of this, but my thought process was that this would probably be like a little trinket shop. And you know, there's seashells, stuff like that in there. So yeah, trinket hut. Moving over to the bubble vaping hut thing. This was again Brunetti who suggested this, and this is where I remembered there was like freaking glass flooring, which I almost died for. I mean, yes, so good. But the vaping hut here, yeah, I put into bubble machines, bubble blowing machines, whatever you want to call them. So this is kind of like just a nice little chill area. We finished that, and we have one of the livable huts here. So there's just a bed, a dresser, and that's it. And the other one here, this is the only bathroom on the lot. but it's fully functional. You can use it to your heart's content. Everything is working fine. Again, I tried to keep with the vibe and style of the whole place. So for some reason there's not a toilet with this pack, but you know, we found one from the vampire stuff pack that actually worked quite well for me. So there's that. And this is the last hot area, which is also like a livable hot area, but it's a bit of a bigger space than the other one. So I chucked a bit more stuff in here, and we could actually decorate it a bit more because your sim can move somewhat more freely in here. And yeah, that's the last thing we're gonna do. So here we have the fishing village. I think especially like a shot like this is really cool looking. So you can see there's definitely some fishing huts, village inspiration going on here. We have the fish market. Remember, if you want to get this build, it is on the gallery right now. So you just have to search my origin ID, which is Auvbri, just like the channel name here, and you should be able to find it. Or you can just use the download link to the gallery browser page. There's also a link to that in the description below. While you're in the description down below, why not go check out my Twitter page and my Instagram and my Twitch channel and follow me on those places. Also my Discord server as well. So Discord and Twitter is definitely the best places for you guys to figure out when I'm streaming, what I'm currently working on, like little teasers and stuff like that of what is happening in the world of my building. So yeah, Twitch twitch.tv as well, go follow me there. But Twitter and Discord is definitely the best places to figure out what I'm currently up to. And again, I'm streaming on twitch.tv/Auvbri, just like the channel name here, and I'm gonna continue streaming on there. So I'm done streaming on YouTube, and there's like this whole deal with why we've switched to Twitch, but it is basically because YouTube makes it very difficult to stream. So we have switched to Twitch, and that's just where I'm gonna keep streaming. And I honestly kind of love streaming there, but again, most of my peeps are on YouTube here. So again, come join me on Twitch, guys, if you enjoy the streaming aspect of my channel here. That's where it's going on right now over on Twitch. So yeah, as we take a look at the outside of the fishing village here, I actually love the way that this looks. Like I have these panning shots here from the back and the front, where you can really see the whole village. And I love that we have like these little walkways through the huts and stuff like that. I really think that's cool looking. So this is the bubble hut, also cool looking. And yeah, some more of these panning shots so you can really see the whole space, like in between all the huts and stuff. I've really spent a lot of time decorating on this build as well, because I wanted it to be very well decorated, like really well decorated. But again, you know, tell me what you think about this build in the comment section down below. If you're gonna download it, what you thought about it. I haven't seen anybody else do like a fishing village like this, so I think I'm the first one. I might be wrong, but you know, hopefully not. But as we take a look at the last of the video tour here, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, why not leave it a like, a subscribe, and a comment down below. Again, check out my social media pages. There's links to everything in the description down below. And yeah, the bar area here. And as we take a look at the last of the video tour, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and there's nothing else for me to say other than have a truly fantastic day wherever you are in the world. Bye.